Hi, we're back right now with the lovely Phillipa, Vincent Connolly and Gina to talk about disability history a little bit, about in films. And also, Gina is also does costume design, but she doesn't really tell us what type of costume she does. And you're part of a society, Gina. Can you talk to me about that?
I depict every kind of costume through history, apart from prehistoric. I don't do the loincloth, but every other part of history I do. And I love doing it. I mean, it brings me great joy. I specialize in the Tudor period because that's something that I have a great passion for. And I enjoy it. And I work mostly from portraiture. So I will take a pattern from a portrait, my own pattern from a portrait, and make up twirls to get it to look right. And then I will make it up in fabric.
And where do your costumes get exhibited, shown? Is it in films? Is it in TV?
Yeah,
museums?
They have been shown in exhibitions. I've exhibited in New York, which was fantastic. I've exhibited in England. It's just been fabulous, you know. Films, I've had my garments used in films, which is amazing. But because I'm not a big company, I'm only a mum who makes costumes basically when she wants. I'm in a very privileged position where I don't have to work, which is great. And not many people are in that position. So I'm very privileged in that position that I can do this when I want to do it. So it's, for me, this is like when you get these guys who go out and have a round of golf when they're taking a day off work, you know? For me, that's what this is. This is my relaxation. I mean, I have a little boy who has autism, so
I know that must be
it's hard. It is hard. So, you know, when he's up at night, which he is a lot because he doesn't sleep a great deal, I'll get my sewing out and he'll sit with me and I'll sew and we'll chat, and it's together time, and it's also my relaxation time when I can just concentrate on something else than being a mum and a wife and a cleaner, because, you know, mums do all this.
Oh my God, my mum was a full-time mum, so I understand that. It's
the best job in the world.
It's the best job in the world.
And the worst paid.
Absolutely.
You know? But it's for me, I'm very lucky to be in a position where I've got a healthy little boy to look after.
I love that.
And a beautiful home, you know, and I love looking after my family. For me, that is a gift.
Absolutely. In what films have your costume been shown?
Oh my God. I've done, what films have my costumes been shown in? I've done, there was an adaptation of Cinderella, which I made costumes for that.
Cinderella.
I know. It's not the huge Disney one, obviously. But it was an adaptation of Cinderella, which I did costumes for. I've also done for the Anne Boleyn Henry VIII. I made costumes for the adaptation of that, which was fantastic. I was really proud to do that. And we did for Jeffrey as well.
Yeah, for all the King's Fools.
All the King's Fools we did for that. So I've done a heck of a lot, to be honest.
And you do costumes and corsets for entertainers and celebrities.
I've done a lot for entertainers and celebrities, you know.
Yeah,
quite prevalent in the entertainment industry now. I do a lot as well for drag artists, which is fun, and I love that because the costumes are just so amazing. What do
you think a costume adds to a film? What do you think a costume brings to a film?
Well, to be honest with you, I think the costume in a film, you can sit and watch actors act and they are amazing. It's like reading a book, isn't it? And you read a book, and if it's a really good book, you can imagine what things look like and what the clothes, because the clothes are described so beautifully in literature. And with a film, you don't have to imagine. If the clothes are correct, you can actually see it, and it just brings everything to life.
I absolutely agree with you, because I think you can be an amazing actress, but when you embody a costume, that gives that extra edge.
And I think with the actor, I mean, they're all called actors now, aren't they? Because politically correct. So because
I need to be public talk actor.
All actors. I think basically that when an actor puts on a costume, it actually changes their persona.
Absolutely, I agree with you. And Phillipa, now that Phillipa Vincent Connolly is now going to be one of the leading disability consultants for film and TV.
Yeah.
So I can see Phillipa being brought onto many films, because you've now got two book series coming out. You've got one book series, you've got one book series. Can you talk about the second one, but the first one and the second one as well?
Yeah, well, obviously I've done my non-fiction ones, which are the disability history ones. And also I've done a historical fiction series called Timeless Falcon, which is done in 4 volumes.
Which is awesome.
And when I've been editing and writing them, Gina's been sewing and I've been reading out scenes, and she's going to me, oh, put this in, put that in, giving me ideas. And also I've got Gina as a cameo character as a costume designer in book 4. So
we've had a ball, haven't we?
We've loved
a ball
doing those.
Has that helped you during COVID for yourselves, working on these costumes and working together? Has that helped you during COVID, you think?
We're always on FaceTime if we're not physically together, because we live 3-4 hours apart. So that really helps. And we do Facebook Live videos where Gina talks about her costumes and dressing up as a Tudor queen, and they have reached far and wide across the Atlantic, all over the world.
Fantastic. So Phillipa, can you tell me what company is actually your book's being published under? What company is it?
Well, the Timeless Falcon series has just been signed up by Sapere Books.
Oh my God, they're so big. That's a big, congratulations.
Either go big or go home, darling.
Absolutely.
So hopefully we're going to get those, the first 2 out by the end of this year, and the second 2 will be the beginning of next, and we'll have the whole series out by the end of next year.
I can actually see that being made into a film trilogy. I can actually see that, and I would love for producers out there to come and contact Phillipa Vincent Connolly and talk to her about making that into a trilogy of feature films.
It's actually set in the Tudor period, and we've also got main characters who are part modern, and obviously all the historical characters of the period in there. But we've also got Jane Fall in there as a character. So it'd be great to have a disabled actress.
Absolutely.
And obviously I've got my costume designer here.
Yeah, you've got
who would be overseeing what everybody wore, and
Yeah, absolutely. We'll give a shout out to you too, because I think, and also anyone who's wanting to speak to Gina, she does have an agent. Please get in contact with her agent. But Phillipa is amazing, and Gina, you've been amazing too. Have you done any books on your costumes that we can look at all?
To be honest with you, we were asked to do a book on the costume, but I cannot at the moment take on that obligation, as I am absolutely over my head with other things that I'm doing.
Okay.
So I cannot do that at the moment, but that is something that we're actually we have in the pipeline, and we will do, but it's probably going to be next year.
Yeah, like a coffee table book with put all the lovely pictures of Gina's designs and explaining the history behind them and why people wore them, and a little bit about how she makes them. And
yeah, and hopefully next year you will be a presenter, Phillipa.
Hopefully, I mean, I've been
I can see it happening.
I can see it happening. I can.
Watch
Absolutely.
this space.
Absolutely. Anyway, it's been lovely to speak to you. And remember, you've got anything I can help you with. You've got myself, and you've got lots of people, and they've got lots of people out there to support you.
Gina and I are both on. We've got separate Facebook pages for what we do. Gina with her costumes, because she's under Tudor Dreams Historical Costumier, and I'm under there as a historian. So I've got a web page too, so we can easily be found. And I'm quite prolific on Twitter under Phillipa JC, and I can link Gina up with anybody that contacts me through that as well.
Absolutely, because you come, you can see that you come as a pair. And I actually,
inseparable.
I actually think I can see you two of you presenting something together. I really think.
Honestly, do you really want to take that chance? That's all I'm going to say.
No, I think you'll be really lovely. I can see it. Honestly, I can see it happening.
Well, honey, with Phillipa and I've got to be honest, what you see is what you get.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's always exciting. There's always exciting.
Absolutely. And what you see with me is what you get.
That's what I love about you. You are you, and don't be any.
Not at all. Do not be anybody else but yourselves. And thank you so much for coming on.
Welcome.
And
thank you for having us.
You're welcome. So just if people don't know, the first ever talking movie was the Jazz Singer in 1927 with R. Johnson, and one of the first ever disabled distribution of films was in 1898 or something. I may be wrong. However, film and TV do bring us amazing stories, and who knew that a lot of Henry VIII's household had disabilities, and he treated them with kindness, and that is really beautiful. So, and let's go back to that time, and just with kindness, compassion, love, and understanding. I think there's a lot nicer people out there than there is horror. The world right now is not being the best. However, please take care of yourselves until we meet next time. Hopefully not in virtual. Hopefully we go out and have a little cup of coffee and a little chat and a little tea.
We'll have to come up to Scotland and see you.
You're more than welcome, and I'll come down to see you. You take care and God bless.
God bless.
Thank you. God bless. Bye.
Bye.